And a good Friday evening, Lion fans. Thank you for joining us here live from Sergeant Bluff-Luton down in Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. Ready for tonight's football matchup on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. My name's Joel Viss. Glad to have you along with us. Alongside me, Jason Heiser. Once again, doing our production duties. As you can see on there, we've got some video here down in Sergeant Bluff. So glad to be able to bring you this game live from Sergeant Bluff here tonight between your 1-0 Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions and the 0-1 Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. The Warriors out of District 1 Class 3A and dropping a tough one last week to Lamar's in a game where they led and were up late in the ball game and gave up two late touchdowns in the waning moments to let one slip away, dropping that game 17-14 to the Lamar's Bulldogs over in Lamar's, where the Lions got off to a great start in Rock Rapids. Week number 1 against Boyden Hall Rock Valley, a 52-7 finish there as the Lions rolled to a victory there. Week number 1, looking to carry that momentum here into week number 2. On the road, a long road trip here for the Lions. We've got a couple of those throughout the season here. We'll be on the road, and this is the first one of those tests. But what a great field to get to play on. A nice turf field here at Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and the Lions looking forward to it. They want to get out there, and they think they're fast in the grass. You just can't wait to see how fast they can play out on this artificial turf. That is the key here tonight. We got a chance to talk to Coach Curtis Eben about that, about letting his boys run on this turf, and he's excited to see what they can do. And as we said, he's looking to build on what they did last week and see if they can't improving. He thinks they can actually be better than last week, and that is always the improvement. How do you keep building from week to week? How do you keep getting better? And it's tough when you win a game 52-7 and you sit there and have to nitpick and look at what you did wrong and try and see how you can make your team a lot better. That's what this coaching staff is up against here, and they're looking to correct the little mistakes that they saw from that game last week against the Nighthawks. For Sergeant Bluff-Luton, had a chance to talk to their head coach, Justin Smith, a little bit earlier as well, and he likes what his team's got. He likes what his team's doing. He's plagued with a little bit of an injury bug out there. Obviously, the starting quarterback out for the first 4 weeks, and now down a few other players. We're being told that the starting running back will not play here tonight as well. He is dinged up, and going to rest him in non-district play and see if they can't get him healthy before they go back into the district portion and try and make their run at the playoffs. But Coach Smith thinks that his team is ready to go. He thinks they match up. He thinks they're going to play physical against the Lions, and thinks that he has the ideas on how to slow down this Lion offense. Well, we'll see, and we'll find out. Once again, we thank you for coming in here on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. A big thank you to our fine sponsors making this possible. And those sponsors include Avera Medical Group, Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, Sanford Health, DeNoble Austin & Company PC, and the PepsiCo Bottling Company, making our coverage here possible and making all the coverage on Central Lyon Broadcasting possible as well. We do have some things coming up here in the coming weeks. Next Friday night, we will have football once again on the air. We will be back at home at Dicknall Field taking on West Sioux. That should be a whale of a ball game against West Sioux. And then Thursday the 15th, we'll have volleyball versus MOC Floyd Valley. And then we'll be set up for the Beef Bowl following that still to come. Couple reminders out there for you. There is no school on Monday coming up because of Labor Day. And then on Tuesday, it is the first day of preschool at Central Lyon. And those are just a couple of the updates around the area. Once again, we welcome you in here. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Go up in the top right corner, click subscribe, and when you do that, we can let you know when we post videos or we start live broadcast on this network. We also invite you to follow Central Lyon on Facebook and on Twitter as well for all of our latest news that are coming up. Well, when we come back here, we're going to talk to the coaches, see what they think coming into this game, and see what the keys to picking up a win are for both of them. We'll talk to Coach Curtis Eben. But up next, we'll hear from the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors coach, Justin Smith, when we return to Central Lyon George Little Rock Lion football here on the Lion Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility. Hello healthy. Hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
At Frontier Bank, we know you're busy with what really matters. That's why our Big Deal checking account was created to make banking work for you. While you're keeping up with life's daily transactions, your Big Deal checking account is earning you monthly rewards. Competitive rates, refunds on ATM fees, and more, with no minimum balance or monthly service fees required. And you can apply for a Big Deal account from anywhere in less than 10 minutes. Focus on what matters most. Bank with Frontier Bank. See a customer service representative for more information. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Sergeant Bluff-Luton football with the head coach of the Warriors, Justin Smith. Coach, thanks for spending time with us here this week.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Coach, let's talk about week number 1. Obviously, a new season coming in. You got new players and a new scheme necessarily. And you get off to a slower start last week against Lamar's, but you made some great in-game changes. Ended up putting some points on the board late, but in the end, a tough loss for your team.
Yeah, you know, it's one of the weirdest games I've coached in 25 years as a head coach. We pretty much completely dominated the game. We moved the ball, we kept them from getting first downs, and then we'd have a bad snap, or we'd have a drop snap. It was the weirdest thing. You know, I think we had over 80 yards on bad snaps in the shotgun, and that's just what we are and who we do. It's never happened before. So we kind of made critical mistakes at critical times, and when you do that, you're going to lose. And Lamar's, played solid defense. Didn't give us big plays, and then they scored late. When we kind of fell apart defensively and made some mistakes.
Well, it's just one of those things we've always talked about, especially in early season games, where those little mistakes can cost you, and it really did for you guys on Friday.
It sure did. It was a good learning experience for our kids. They played hard. They're great kids. It's just in order to win games and be successful, you just can't make mistakes no matter who you're playing.
Well, obviously, like I said, throughout that game, you made some adjustments. You changed at a quarterback spot and all that. What are some things that you learned about your team and some of the adjustments you made in that game going forward here in week number 2?
We learn some guys are, they're first-time players. They're sophomores. We had a sophomore running back out there where, if he ran hard and did some great things, Xavier Ellington, but he missed a couple cutbacks that were game planned that, instead of 7 yards would have been 70. The quarterbacks missed some reads, some easy throws, and it's just some situations where some new kids out there we're learning how to play football. A lot of new guys on defense where, they played well early, and then when the game got tight late, and we were in bad field position after another turnover, some guys kind of had some, I call them mental cramps. The pressure of the game got to them a little bit, and they made some mistakes, and that allowed Lamar to score. But what, you learned is when you do things right and you execute, we can be pretty good. And when we don't, we're just like, we're not a really good team when we don't.
Well, we always say that some of the biggest improvements that you make are from week 1 to week 2. So here we go into week 2. It doesn't get a whole lot easier. You're bringing in Central Lyon George Litterock into the house. What do you see from the Lions after week 1 and after last year's win that you picked up over the Lions? What can you expect to see from Coach even and his Lions team?
Well, they're always going to be a physical, well-coached team, and this year I'd say they're a little more explosive than what I thought they were last year. A little better overall team speed. And, of course, you start with, the quarterback lever. He's a dynamic athlete. There's a reason he's going to the University of Iowa. He's a special type of athlete. So it's going to be a very tough challenge. I think our kids are up to it. They'll play hard. Last year we played a really, really good first half, and the second half was really subpar against them and allowed them to get back in that game. So we got to put 2 great halves of football together to be able to compete with these guys and beat them on Friday.
What are some things that you've seen from watching the tape on CLGLR that maybe what they're going to do defensively and what you might do offensively where you think that you might be able to get an edge, move the ball, and put some points on the board?
Defensively, last year against us, they went between a forefront and an odd front. The first game this year against Boyne Hall, they just showed forefront, but, we're going to be prepared for both. And I say offense, we just got to execute and do our base offense and do what we're supposed to do. Right now our starting quarterback's out for the first 4 weeks, so we're a little limited there. He's a 2-year returning starter, and without him, the offense is a little bit different. But the kids that are coming in to run the offense, they're getting better. They're learning on the fly, and they're doing a good job.
Well, and you talked about Zach Lutmer, obviously the dynamic quarterback out there, and as well as you thought that the offense is a little more explosive this year. What are you going to do defensively where you think you might be able to slow them guys down a little bit?
We got tackle. That's where it starts at. You got to play blocks, you got to get off blocks, and you got to tackle. And if you do too much, you're going to put your kids in bad spots that they're not used to practicing. So it's really not game plan specific or anything like that. It's just do your job, and we got tackle when we get there.
Well, obviously, when you play a tough team like Central Lyon George Little Rock, you know what's coming into your house. The blessing is you don't have to make that long road trip. How does that play into it? Does it play to your advantage, being the home team here playing on the turf?
I think it's always good playing at home. There's a little bit of comfort level there. You're used to the facilities and the surroundings. I think, at one point we had about a 4 or 5 year streak where we hadn't lost at home. Lose Central into that a couple years ago, and we've dropped a couple since then. But we do tend to play a little bit better at home than on the road, and I think that's common for most teams. But really, we never really think about that. You're just thinking about, opponent, what's your game plan for them, and how you're going to execute.
Well, obviously, a long season for everybody here, and it's just getting started. How's your team looking injury-wise after week number 1 and setting yourself up for the rest of the season?
We're pretty banged up right now, honestly. We could be down 3 other starters, in addition to our starting quarterback that's out the first 4 games this Friday. But we'll see. They're kind of game-time decisions. Want to make sure you got those guys available for district play, so you're not sure if you play them right away. But, we'll see how they feel, and we'll see what the athletic trainer says, and we'll go from there.
We talked about it earlier when you talked about the Lamar's game and some of the little things, the little mistakes that happened that probably cost you that game against the Bulldogs. What are some of those little things that you need to make sure you do right? What are some of the keys to helping your team pick up a win on Friday night?
We talk a lot about 3 phases of football and not offense, defense, special teams, mental, emotional, and physical. And our kids played physically pretty well. They played with good emotion. It was the mental part of the game that slipped for us. That would be the reason for most of the mistakes. It was just lack of focus, lack of concentration. So we really got to make sure that all 3 of those levels, are ready to trigger and ready to be on fire on Friday night.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending some time with us here this weekend. We wish you the best of luck not only tonight but throughout the rest of the season.
I appreciate it.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Central Lyon George Little Rock football with the head coach of the Lions, Curtis Eben. Coach, thanks for joining us again this week.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Kurt, let's talk about last week a little bit. A lot of questions we had going into week 1 and how our team was going to come out, how they were going to play. Would they be slow to come out in the first quarter? All the little things. Would they be able to handle that well, the different defense? And I think we came out and we answered a lot of those questions.
Yeah, we definitely started off better this year than we did last year. I really felt like our kids had good focus, great attitude, really played, came into that game with a great mindset, and obviously, that first quarter, second quarter really showed how our kids approached that game and came into it.
Well, it was definitely one of those things, everybody talked all offseason about the offense and what our offense could do and all that stuff. But I think what surprised a lot of people was how aggressive and how good our defense is.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We switched to 4-2-5 defense this year. Coach Van Beek and Coach Lupkus have done a lot of work. It's been it was a tough transition at first, but our kids are now understanding the concept. The coach has done a great job of getting that across. Kids buying in and really getting more athletes on the field. And our defense flies to the ball. We missed a couple of tackles, but it was hard even to tell it because we had so many hats that were getting to the ball every play. And that interception by Gabe early on in that game just showed. Trevor comes around the end, flushes the quarterback out, and Gabe's in the backside. He's running toward him, and gets hit and knocked up, and the ball is up in the air, and Gabe comes down. But that's just an effort play, from all the way around. Guys not giving up on a play and getting to the ball. And so I just really felt like our defensive line put the pressure on. Our linebackers are 2 very good linebackers with a great experience, and then we got 5 guys in the backfield that can play linebacker, safety, or corner, or wherever we need them, and they really do a great job. And so it's a fun defense that that's flying around right now, and hopefully we show that tonight.
Well, and the other thing I really liked about that game is sometimes when you get into a pretty lopsided game like that and the score gets a little out of hand, even when we brought in the second teamers and the younger kids got into the ball game, the excitement and the passion of the kids, even on the sidelines, was still there the entire game.
Yeah, it's one thing about our defense and the guys that practice every day, put a lot of time into our program. For those guys to go out and have success, there's no difference in what our guys are doing. I'd say that's one thing our team has done a great job of Friday night. We don't have guys that are worried about their own stat page. We got guys that are wanting to win as a team with that stat page. Our guys, it was a great thing to see. We had 7 different guys score touchdowns on Friday night. So, that spread the ball around. I think everyone that scored that guy was just as happy as the next guy that scored. And so that's really cool to see, and I'm really proud of our team for that.
Well, let's move on to week number 2. Let's talk Sergeant Bluff-Luton football. The Warriors last year came in and got up on us early, and we didn't come out very good. We got back into it in the second half, but came up a little bit short. What's our mindset going on the road to face them this time around?
Yeah, I know that they're tough at home. They play extremely good football when they're on their home field, and so we got to go down there. We got a long bus ride. We'll leave here, stay focused, and then when we step off that bus on tonight, we got to make sure that we're in the right mindset of where's our focus, where's our energy, where's our attitude, and really put all that into one and hit that field running.
Well, it's one of those things, maybe not sure what they're going to bring out with us. They played 2 different quarterbacks last week against Lamar's. Didn't come out on the right side of it. They lost in the last minutes of that game out there. So they were feeling a little down. They might have a little redemption. What's our game plan going into that game, offensively and defensively, where we think that we can get an edge?
Yeah, going in, like you said, I think their offense right now is struggling a little bit without their quarterback out there. They put in a sophomore quarterback and started moving the ball better with him. He's a running type quarterback. Their offensive line's not too bad. They do some decent things up front. So really our defense, we just got to settle in. And recognize, again, what our assignments are, be disciplined from a defensive end standpoint, outside linebacker standpoint, and really just take care of their run, try to make them one-dimensional. We really got to make them try to throw the ball. That's a big deal for us. So, if we can do that, we'll feel really good about it. Defense, offensively for us, they're gonna come out in that forefront, and they're gonna really hammer hard in front of us. They're nose to nose with our guys. They'll give us some stuff to the outside. They're not going to give us anything in the inside. And so we just really got to make them, account for the entire field and not just our run game. So we'll come out, we'll run some RPO stuff at them. We'll try to attack the edge a little bit here and there, and then once they loosen up, we can start hitting the middle a little bit more. So, their D-line likes to X a lot up front, and so when they do that, we got to make them pay, and our guys got to recognize it and pick it up. So, it's going to be a fun night, no matter how you slice it. They're a good ball team. They got good athletes on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they're very aggressive. They're very physical. They love to bring it. So, it's going to be an exciting game for our guys, and hopefully, 4 quarters of football, we can physically just get after them for 4 quarters.
Well, last week, one of the nice parts of getting that big lead, we were able to rest some guys, get a lot of other kids into the football game, and that gets you prepared for the rest of the season going down the road. We talked about it last week in the conditioning and how good our kids have held up on the injury bug. How are we looking coming out of week number 1?
Yeah, really, we're healthy. Just like we no different injuries. Our guys are actually Lane Kruger got banged up a little bit in the JV game on Monday. Lane plays some special teams for us. So besides that, our guys are we're healthy, and we're really looking forward to this game tonight. And that's a big part of any type of season. You want to stay healthy, and we feel good right now.
Well, obviously going on the road, it's kind of fun to go on the road on these kind of trips. It is a longer trip, a little over an hour to get down there to Sergeant Bluff, and you're going to get to play on some turf, though. So how does that play into the mindset of our kids? How do we keep them focused on the bus, and how do you get them ready for playing on turf?
Yeah, they're talking about maybe a late thunderstorm coming through at 7 o'clock. And so if that's the case, we're on good surface. We're on, and that's a big part of the game. We don't have to worry about that aspect of the game. And obviously we feel good on turf. We feel like our speed we got extremely good speed with our edge guys and our secondary guys. So, turf is a big advantage, I think, to us in that fact. We're excited about that. Our guys are excited. Guys feel fast on turf. So, we'll be excited to hit the road tonight and go down there and really, let our guys open up and let them run on that turf.
Well, each and every week we talk about the little things. We talk about what we need to do and what we need to take care of. What are those keys to tonight's game that's going to allow us to go down there and make sure we get to come home with a victory?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing as last week. I thought special team wise, we played extremely well. Obviously had a punt return. We had 3 kickoffs, 1 touchback, 2 inside the 20 on our kickoff team. So, again, special teams is a big part of the game. We focus a lot of time on it. And so tonight we expect our special teams to be in the same boat with that, and then, just again, it comes down to our offense establishing drives. Last week we didn't punt very much, so we got to have that same type of mentality. And then defense getting those 3 and outs and establishing a short field like they have in the past. So really we need to settle in early. Don't get too excited about nothing and let the battle occur. And they're definitely a good ball team that's going to be physical and bring it to us. So we'll make sure that we're prepared for 4 quarters and ready to go to battle.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending the time with us each and every week, and wish you the best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
And we welcome you back here live from Sergeant Bluff-Luton as the teams have made their way out, or at least the Lions have made their way out onto the field. The Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warrior Marching Band out there as well, ready to bring on the home team. As we are live from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa, here tonight, Joel Viss with you with tonight's game call alongside Jason Heiser, our production liaison, we'll call him. He is the man behind everything that you get to see on the camera, and we are so glad to be able to be here. We're looking directly into the sun. It is warm. It is hot down here. It is in the low 90s, upper 80s right now. A very slight breeze, but there is a little breeze, so it makes it kind of bearable down here. But down there on the football field, we were there during warm-ups. It is hot and sticky down there. This could be a good test to see how hydrated and how good in shape our guys are. They will be sweating. We'll see if the cramping issues come into play later on here as we get going and guys get running. But you got a chance to hear from the head coach of Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and we talked about some of those players that he might be missing, and obviously the quarterback is the main focus, but he was gone last week, so they got a taste without him. But they are looking to be down their tailback here tonight, and their leading running back was Xavier Ellington, just a sophomore from last week, had 26 carries for 130 yards on the ground, and to be limited without him on the field will be a tough one for Sergeant Bluff-Luton here tonight. The Lions looking good on the defensive side last week, and they are looking good to see if they can't keep it up. We're going to take a break here for our national anthem. We'll be back with more Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
After a long day, deciding on dinner can be tough, but a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here!
End your day the right way with pizza and chicken from the carry-out and delivery experts at your local Pizza Ranch.
When the world changes, you change with it. By embracing new rhythms, redefining connection, and taking less for granted, you push through the uncertainty And at every point along the way, we stand with you. Because even when your world looks different, our commitment to your care stays the same. Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Back in Sergeant Bluff here, Joel Viss with you. Central Lyon, George Littlerock Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. A good evening to each and every one of you out there listening and watching us all around the area, around the country, and around the world. We got news that we say a special welcome to Amy and Sung Kim over in Bangladesh, who get to pay attention and watch Lyon football here on the Lyon Broadcast Network. And I guess we can't say good evening to them. We have to say good morning to Amy and Sung Kim over there, as they are about a 12-hour difference. It is probably 7 o'clock in the morning over there in Bangladesh, but glad that they are watching here and able to pay attention to Lyon football here because of these great sponsors: the Avera Medical Group, Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, Sanford Health, DeNoble Austin and Company PC, and the Pepsi Cola Bottling Company, making our activities possible here on this network. We're about a minute and a half away from kickoff here tonight at Sergeant Bluff-Luton. As we said, it is sunny, it is warm, a nice turf field out here, and we are ready for a great football game once again and enjoy having you on a Friday night. We're going to take a look at our starters for the Lions here tonight, and we'll start on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, it all runs through the quarterback. All-State quarterback number 7, Zach Lutmer, 6'2", 195-pound senior. At wide receiver, you got a 6'5", 185-pound junior, number 2. It is Reese Vanderzee. At the other wideout spot, a 6'6", 201-pound senior, number 3, Andrew Austin. And at wingback, you got a 5'10", 165-pound junior, number 26, is Isaiah Johnson. At your H-back, he is a 6'2", 230-pounder. He is the number 31. It's Caden Van Berkom. Moving into the offensive line, you've got up front, senior, 6'2", 260-pound lineman, number 67. It is Max DeBoer. Alongside him, 6'6", 278-pound senior. It is Captain Jack Van Wy, number 65. At center, a 6'2", 233-pound sophomore, the number 56, Sam Christensen. At the other side of the line, a 5'10", 230-pound senior. It is a number 54, Chase Thedens. And on the other end, 6'4", 225-pound junior, number 51, Trevor Deeren. And in the backfield, your tailback starting tonight, a 6'2", 195-pound junior, number 11, is Graham Eben. The starters on the offensive side of the ball for Central Lyon, George Littlerock. The Lions will come out here tonight. They have won the toss, elected to defer. They will choose to kick and go on the defensive side here first off. Matthew Deeren will come on to do the kicking duties for the Lions. Deeren will tee the ball up at his own 40-yard line, back to do the return duties for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. You have a junior wide receiver in Aiden Buckholtz out there. And we'll see who they have on the other side of the ball. Looks like they have number 17, Scott Kroll, back there as well, standing back at their own 6-yard line. Signal is signed. Matthew Deeren gives it a boot. It is up and going. Aiden will take the ball there right off the bat, start moving his way up the field. Buckholtz breaking to the sidelines, gets through a few tacklers out across the 30-yard line to about the 31. And some good starting field position right away for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Lyon defense comes out onto the field here. Starters for the Lyon defense up front, Drew Denikis, number 45, Gabe Schulte, Evan Kruger, and Chase Thedens. Your linebackers, Gable Van Beek and Caden Van Berkom. Noah Terhark, Josh Elbert, Zach Lutmer, Graham Eben, and Reese Vanderzee, the defensive backs. Pistol formation here for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Now a shotgun as the running back comes up there. They'll hand to the backfield. He's blown up immediately and thrown down. Nothing doing as Terhart comes up and puts the wood down and throws him to the ground with authority. That is Noah Kikokachan, the starting tailback here tonight, coming in and playing the role for Xavier Ellington. Second down and 14 now. Man in motion, coming across, fake the hand, back to pass. Scott Kroll is the man over the top. Ball is batted around, almost caught, but then knocked away. Making the deflection there, it was Josh Elbert there. The catch was actually made. Scott Kroll, senior, at the quarterback spot, played wide receiver last week, but now he is into the quarterback role. So a third quarterback here on the season already for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Third down now and long. They'll drop back to pass. Kroll looking deep over the right side. Their ball knocked up. It is tipped and intercepted by Graham Eben. Played the tip drill by himself. Got the right hand up, tipped it straight up in the air, brought it down, kept the feet in. And the Lion defense, the Ball Hawks, are on it. And Graham Eben gets the first pick of the night. Well, the Lions with the turnover take over first down and 10 at the 41-yard line. Great starting field position for CLGLR. Graham Eben got it started last week for the Lions. He took the punt return back for a touchdown. Now he gets the interception, his second one of the season. Pistol formation, Twins left, single man right, man in motion, draws the defense off sides, and a free 5 yards will go for the Lions. Officials coming in and discussing this here as making sure that it is not a false start. They're making sure none of the offensive linemen moved and drawing the defense off. They did not. So the encroachment against Sergeant Bluff-Luton will make it first down and 5 and march the ball down to the 36-yard line. Central Lyon George Litterock, their first offensive possession here. Defense sets up the offense once again. That has been the tale here so far in week 1, and now we started off in week 2. Shotgun formation here, Twins right, single man left. They'll fake the hand. Lutmer takes off with it. He's right up the middle, following the blockers. He's got a first down and more. Inside the 25 to the 22-yard line, 14 yards and a first down for Zach Lutmer. Lions hurry up on the ball. They're going to go hurry up offense. They're going to snap it. They'll fake the hand again. Lutmer's going to take off, cuts to the outside. Down the sidelines he goes. Lutmer fighting through inside the 5, and they'll say he's down right at the 5-yard line. Another 17 yards there for Lutmer on first down. CLGLR first down and goal at the 5-yard line. We are just over a minute into this one. 10:52 to play in the first quarter. Lions start on defense. Here they are on offense. Pistol formation. Lutmer is going to call it out, brings the man in motion, and once again they get the defensive end to jump for the second time here. Gage Hoffman, the senior DN, coming across the line of scrimmage, and that'll be half the distance to the goal, so they'll move it down to the 2.5-yard line. We'll see if the Lions stay in the shotgun formation or if they go into the heavy package, and it looks like they will stay in the deep mode. Twins left, single man to the right, Lutmer in the pistol formation. Man in motion, that is Johnson from left to right. They'll hand up the middle, and walking into the end zone untouched, Graham Eben. He got the pick to give him the ball. He gets the finishing off, and a 3-yard touchdown for Graham Eben gets the Lions on the board early in this one. Well, the Lions will come on and with the lead and early, and we'll see if Matthew Deeren, he's been working on that kicking since last week, struggled a little bit, but Saturday morning he was out and about and already working on it and vows to be better this week. Kicking team on. Lutmer the holder here. Sam Christensen the ball snapper. Good snap, good hold. Matthew Deeren, the kick is up, and that kick is good. 10:48 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. CLGLR leading leading Sergeant Bluff-Luton. We'll be back with more Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network. Back in Sergeant Bluff-Luton, doing some technical difficulties here from the visitor's side, trying to get our end zone cameras and all of our cameras coordinated together so we can have communication down on the field as well. And we hope to have that fixed and ready to go for you. 3-yard touchdown run for Graham Eben. The Lions on top 7-0. Just under a minute into the ball game here. 10:48 to go in this first quarter. Lions will go back on the defensive side here. Matthew Deeren. Ball teed up once again. Buchholz standing back there. Buchholz comes up. Aiden will catch it at his own 7-yard line. Comes straight up the middle of the field. He's got a good seam. Crosses the 30 once again. Out to the 32-yard line, it looks like, is where they will start this time around. Lion defense back on the field here. Lions looking tough once again. Lions able to force the interception on their first possession, go down and score. We'll see if they can match it here one more time. Shotgun formation, man in motion here. They will fake to him, back to pass his crawl. Looks over the middle of the field, heaves one over the top, and Buchholz has the catch over the top. He had a step and makes the grab, takes it down to the 15-yard line. And a big pitch and catch there has Sergeant Bluff-Luton in business. But I do believe we have a flag on the field, and that might bring this one back. We might be looking at some holding as all the players looking dejected for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They hit the big pass, but they're all coming back. So tough break there for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. We'll see what the call is. And we have an ineligible receiver downfield for the Warriors. And that will negate the big pass. A 50-yard pass over the top there. Aiden Buchholz got the step on Josh Elbert. Was able to haul it in from Scott Kroll, but the ineligible receiver downfield, one of the linemen, got a little too deep. We'll push him back 5 yards. First down and 15 now. Ball back on the 27-yard line. Shotgun formation. Trips to the left. Single man right. They'll hand off. Noah K. Nope. Kroll will keep it himself. Lutmer comes up. Wraps him up immediately. And gives him about 3 yards on the carry. Scott Kroll, the senior quarterback. Last week played wide receiver. Now in at the quarterback spot. Filling in there, they have played Brandon Kerr and Ryan Hoffman in there as well. Now Call, and the third quarterback for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. His option play over the right side, pitches out. Noah Keokachan is ripped to the ground for a loss by Caden Van Berkom. Loss of 1 there, and Noah K is not having a good day. He's carried the ball twice for -5 yards here so far. And that time he got to meet Caden Van Berkom up close and personal. 9:40 to go here in the first quarter. Lions on top 7-0. Live from Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Thanks for coming along. Joel Viss with you here on the call. Back to pass again is Kroll. Scott looking deep. Now he's under pressure. Has to elude. Rolls out right side. Heaves one down the field. Has the man open and takes a lick from Graham Eben. Aiden Buchholz was wide open there, but the pass was ready, and here comes Graham Eben to lay the wood. And Eben tattooed him. Ball falls incomplete, and Sergeant Bluff-Luton will come up and bring on the punting team. Once again, we apologize for the video. They're trying to get the end zone camera working for the video, and it is all attached. Our video, the end zone cam, and everything that connects us to the coaches is all together. So trying to work with that and get that functioning. So 9:22 to go. Punt team is on for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Good clean snap, good high punt spiraling. Fair catch called for by Eben. Goes over his head and rolls down inside the 20, inside to the 15. Graham Eben lost it in the sun. It went over his head and took a Sergeant Bluff roll. And the Lions will take over on offense, but deep in their own territory at their own 15-yard line. So with a 7-0 lead, Lions back here. There's our video once again. We'll try and keep it with us as much as we can. Like I said, trying to, on the visitors' turf here, trying to make things work the best we absolutely can. So first down and 10, ball at our own 15-yard line. CLGLR on their second offensive possession of the night here. Scored on the first one. Looking to go 2 for 2. Shotgun formation, twin receivers to each side. Lutmer sits in that pistol formation. They'll run left side on the option play. Lutmer is wrapped up, breaks the tackle, now reverses field. He's got room out in the open there. Sidesteps another man. Another missed tackle, now out in front. And Lutmer takes it out to the 30-yard line, 15 yards, in which should have been nothing. And that's what Zach Lutmer brings to the table. First down and 10 for the Lions after the broken play. Caden Van Berkom checking back into the ballgame now as the H-back. Lions will come up with another one here on first down and 10. Ball spotted on the 30-yard line. Lutmer in the shotgun, now into that pistol. He steps into it. Eben stands behind him. Twin receivers right, single man to the left. Man in motion, that's Isaiah Johnson. Good snap, hands off left side. Eben steps through a few tackles, carries it out ahead to the 37-yard line. Nice 7-yard pickup for Graham. That'll bring up second down and 3. Lions getting a good push up front here. They'll actually step it back here. Looks like they'll put it just across the 36-yard line. So about second down. Long 3, short 4 is what they'll call it. Twins left here, single man to the right. Now that is Reese Vanderzee. Empty formation for Lutmer. 2 men in motion. The flags will fly. Isaiah Johnson and Graham Eben both going in motion. Lions trying to throw a few wrinkles into the offense. First time we've seen that. And a communication error on the Lions. We'll push them back 5 yards and set up second down in about 8. Ball is spotted at our own 32-yard line. Lions break the huddle once again. Twins will go to the left side. Single man is Vanderzee to the right. Johnson and Austin up there on the top side of your screen. Lutmer calls it out. They'll hand off to Eben once again. He cuts through the first set of tacklers across the 40-yard line to the 41. Should be enough for first down yardage, and it will. Needed 8, he got 9. First down and 10, the Lions move the chains here once again. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Lions on top, 7-0 here in the first quarter. Twins left, Twins to the right. Well, trips left, I should say. Empty backfield, 5 wide for Zach Lutmer. Lutmer calls it out, back to pass, quick pass out in the flat, has his man Eben. Eben is wrapped up and brought down at the 44, gain of 3. Eben makes the early catch there, really using Graham Eben a lot so far in the ballgame. We've seen him make the defensive plays. We've used him in the offense as well. He's got 3 rushes for 19 yards, now a reception for 3. Second down and 7, trip right. Twins to the left, empty backfield once again. Man in motion here, that is Johnson. Quick swing pass out to him. He catches it in the backfield, now has to put on the wheels. He's got a first down, puts the head down and barrels over the defender at the 45-yard line. Nice run there for him. Lions pick up 11 yards on that one. Nice pitch and catch once again there for Isaiah Johnson out of the backfield. First and 10 Lions. Ball now into Sergeant Bluff-Luton territory. Trips to the left, Twins to the right. Lutmer alone in the backfield once again. Man in motion. That is Noah Terhark. Almost got the defense to jump. Lutmer just takes off with it. He'll get a couple on first down, carries it down inside the 45 to the 41. So 4 tough yards on first down for Lutmer. 2nd down and 6 will be the play for CLGLR. Clock on the move here halfway through the first quarter. Twins left, single man to the right here. Pistol formation back into it for Lutmer. Eben stands behind him. Hand off to Eben once again. He is wrapped up immediately. Does get a good push to the 40 for a yard gain there, but not much after that. Well played by Sergeant Bluff-Luton that time. The defense guessed right. 3rd down and 5 here for Central Lyon George Litterock. Noah Terhart coming back into the ball game here now as they'll send twin receivers to each side. Austin and Johnson up top. Vanderzee and Terhart down here on the bottom, even in the backfield with Lutmer. Terhart goes in motion. Rolling out left side is Lutmer. Lutmer sets his feet, throws it up over the top, has his man Terhart at the 10. Terhart walks it in for the Lion touchdown. Central Lyon George Litterock on the board again. Another great passing touchdown over the top. Terhart went in motion, shot down the field, and scores, making the catch at the 10-yard line and doing the rest himself. Lions on the board once again. They lead 13-0. Noah Terhart, his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. As the kicking team works the swinging gate here for the Lions, Matthew Deeren on to kick again with 4:13 to play here in the first quarter. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and that is good as well. 4:13 to play in the first quarter. Lions on top of Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 14-0. We'll take a break and be back with more Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin & Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
Back at Sergeant Bluff, where the Lions have struck again in the first quarter, 14-0. CLGLR on top of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Graham Eben, a 3-yard touchdown run earlier, and now Noah Terhart, a 40-yard reception to make it 14-0 after a couple Matthew Deeren kicks. Lions looking strong here in week number 2 on the road. The defense has stood up, the defense has been there, and the offense has finished them off so far. Good crowd on hand for the Lions here. Visitor stands pretty well full. A few people standing along the fence lines up and down, and a good crowd on hand for Sergeant Bluff-Luton as well. Sun still beating right on top of us. It is hot, it is sticky here in Sergeant Bluff, and it is very humid. And we'll see if these guys make sure they keep enough water in them. Officials taking extended breaks here in between the touchdown. Obviously, you see we're not back to the kicking unit yet, making sure that these kids are keeping plenty of Gatorades, plenty of water in them. Don't need the cramps and don't need any of the injuries coming up in this heat. So a nice job by the officials here to recognize that and take this time. Central Lyon George Litterock with a 14-0 lead over Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Lions came in 1-0 on the season after that 52-7 win over Boyden Hall Rock Valley. Sergeant Bluff-Luton out of Class 3A 0-1 on the season. A tough loss to Lamar's last Friday night, 17-14 in the final minutes of that one. Matthew Deeren teased the ball up again at the 40-yard line. Back to return here again is Buckholz. Also back there is Jake Hamilton, the senior wide receiver. Both standing at their own 6-yard line. Slight breeze here into the face for Matthew Deeren as he is ready to go. A nice boot, high end over end kick. Hamilton will catch it at his own 3-yard line, start working his way left side. Has some room. He'll be wrapped up. Isaiah Johnson, the first guy to grab hold. And then Tyler Grieve coming in and helping finish that one off. Also in on the tackle for the Lions was, see who else was in there. Reed Fulkins jumping up in there and making a tackle. Well, once again, the ball set right around the 30-yard line. They'll spot him at the 29 for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They've had some good returns, starting relatively in this area each time. Now we'll see if they can get something going on the offensive side of the ball. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Shotgun formation. Scott Kroll, the senior quarterback. Kikechikan in the backfield there. Fake to him. Quick pass out. Bubble screen is not caught. And they will say incomplete pass. Lions jumped on it. Thought they might have got lucky and grabbed a fumble. Scott Dixon, the intended receiver for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, could not bring it in. 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Lions with a 2-touchdown lead. Sergeant Bluff-Luton just trying to get anything going. The one good play they did have was negated by a penalty. 3 wide to the top side. Single man left, man in motion here. Rolling out right side. Kroll looks out in the flat, has his man. Another catch made that time by Scott Dixon. This time he makes the grab but doesn't go too far as he is wrapped up and brought down immediately at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 3. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 now. Sergeant Bluff-Luton trying to get the first down here and move the chains. Right side, Kroll's going to take it himself. He's going to gain yardage there, fighting through some tackles. Lions stand him up. He's going to be short of the line to gain by about 2 yards. Looks like they're going to put him at about the 37, so a 5-yard pickup for Scott Kroll will set him 4th down and 2. And it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Going to make the gut check call deep in their own territory. They're going to go on 4th down. Well, now they're going to bring the punt team on and send the punter back. Eben and Lutmer back to receive the punt here. Sergeant Bluff-Luton standing back. They'll give the ball a boot. A high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for. Eben muffs it, but picks it up and regains the possession. Lions will take over. 1st and 10 once again. Tough to catch that ball right now. If it gets up there in the sun, that sun is right at the perfect level. I mean, it hits you square in the eyes. And Eben, we saw that on the last punt, came up to field the catch and it went over top of his head. This time he muffed it, but able to get a lucky bounce and bring it back in. So the Lions set up on their 3rd offensive possession here of the night. 3:10 to play in the first quarter. Lions with that 2-touchdown lead, looking for more. Twin receivers off to each side. Pistol formation. Man in motion is Terhark. And once again, they get Sergeant Bluff-Luton to jump off sides. This time it's the big D tackle up front there for the Warriors, Sean Zimmerman. Zimmerman, a 6'1", 275-pound sophomore. Oh, no, he's a senior. Sorry about that. 5-yard pickup for the Lions on the penalty. Set up 1st and 5. Ball now at the 30-yard line. Same formation with twin receivers off to each side. Pistol for Lutmer. Brings his man in motion to Hark. He'll cut up the field. Option play over the right side. Now Lutmer reverses. He's going back left. One more man to beat. Can't get by. And he is tripped up in the open field at the 31-yard line. Well, they'll give him the 32, so a 2-yard pickup that time for Lutmer. Set up 2nd down and 3 here after the penalty. Lions taking their time this time. They've changed up the pace a few times. They'll go empty backfield. 5 wide, 3 here to the near side. Twins to the top side of your screen. Man in motion now. That is Johnson back to pass. Deep pass down the sidelines. Vanderzee has a step. He makes the catch. He had to wait for it. If he doesn't wait on it, man, he's got her clean. And a touchdown nonetheless. Vanderzee down to the 21-yard line as he hauls that one in. "47-yard pitch and catch for Lutmer to Reese Vanderzee. Vanderzee is he's got a great catch per yardage ratio out there. He had a 31-yard touchdown last week, now a 47-yarder. Trips to the top side, single man to the right, back to pass again. Lutmer looking left side, out in the flat, lobs it up for Austin and cannot find him as it falls incomplete. Andrew Austin just could not run it down. It was thrown over and above him, out of play. Lions will set up 2nd down and 10 now. Ball at the 21-yard line of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 2:11 to play still in the first quarter. Lions looking to put the 3rd touchdown on the board in this opening quarter. On the road at Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Trips left, single man right. Option play left side. Lutmer is going to keep. He'll cut it up the field. He's wrapped up. Fights for yardage. Inside the 20 down to the 17 for 4. Lions keep churning out the yards. They'll set themselves up now in a 3rd down and about 6. Most likely 4-down territory for Central Lyon George Litterock. Lions will see if they can come away with the 1st down yardage that they need here. Ball at the 17-yard line. Need to get to the 11. Twins right, single man left, pistol formation. Man in motion is Isaiah Johnson. Fake there, hand up the middle. Graham Eben is wrapped up after maybe 1 if they give it to him. I don't even know if he got that. And it looks like they're going to go no gain for Graham Eben. Well played by the defense. It'll set up 4th down for Central Lyon George Litterock. Clock on the move as it'll dip below 1 minute to play in this one. And it looks like the Lions might bring on the kicking team. Matthew Deeren going to come out and make the attempt at the field goal here. Ball will be placed down at the 24-yard line. So a 34-yard field goal attempt for Matthew Deeren here. Set straight away. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. It is wide right and a little short, so no good on the 34-yarder. And the turnover will come on downs here. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will take back over with 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Warriors take over, 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line with 36 seconds to go here in the opening stanza. Live from Sergeant Bluff, my name is Joel Vitz. Glad to have you along on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Big thank you to all of our fine sponsors making this possible here tonight. Avera Medical Group, Pizza Ranch of Rock Rapids, Premier Bank, DeNoble Austin & Company PC, Sanford Health, Frontier Bank, and Pepsi Cola Bottling, making our coverage here possible on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Shotgun formation, quick pass out in the flat, has his man. Catch is made once again to Dixon. Dixon gets up the field, very close to 1st down yardage. I think he's got it, and they will. They'll give him all the way out to the 32, 12-yard pickup on the pitch and catch. Scott Crawl to Scott Dixon. First down of the night here for the Warriors. Hurrying up on the ball here with just 15 seconds to go. They'll hand off right up the middle. Noah Kay carries it across the 35. They'll say he's actually right at the 35-yard line. So a 3-yard pickup. And that should do it here for the first quarter of play, and it will. After 1 quarter here in Sergeant Bluff, Central Lyon George Litterock leading the Warriors of Sergeant Bluff-Luton by a score of 14-0. We'll be back with quarter number 2 when we return to Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
After a long day, deciding on dinner can be tough, but a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here.
End your day the right way with pizza and chicken from the carryout and delivery experts at your local Pizza Ranch.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Back in Sergeant Bluff, start of quarter number 2, Central Lyon George Little on top of the Warriors 14-0. Graham even got us started, got an interception, gave us a short field, then punched one in from 3 yards out to give us a 7-0 lead. Then Noah Terhar called in a 40-yard touchdown catch to make it 14-0. Then right before the end of the first quarter, Matthew Deeren a little wide right and a little short on a 34-yard field goal attempt. Sergeant Bluff-Luton back on the offensive side of the ball have picked up their first down of the game there as we ran out the time. They now set with a second down and about 6 here as they're, we'll say 7. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Warriors will come out of the quarter break here. Said officials have done a fantastic job here tonight. It is hot and it is humid, very sticky, and they've taken some extended breaks to make sure guys are getting plenty of fluids in them as well. Shotgun formation, senior quarterback Scott Krall stands in motion. He'll hand off. Aiden Buchholz going left side there. He's wrapped up as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Going to pick up 1 yard on the carry. Set up a third down at about 6. Buchholz's first carry of the night there on the offensive side. He's had a couple kick returns. And now Buchholz will check out and Kikechakan will come back into the game. Twin receivers to each side. Shotgun formation for Krall. Back to pass. Now he's going to tuck and run right up the middle. Quarterback wrapped up. Evan Kruger, senior captain on the defensive line, in to make the tackle on that one. Kruger, the Alpha Lion Award winner on this week. So doing a nice job of wrapping up and bringing him down, and we'll set up 4th down. And the punting team will come back on here for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Warriors will stand back at their own 23-yard line, ready to give it a boot. Lutmer and Eben stand back at their own 25-yard line. Good, clean snap. High kick, but short. That is going to come back a ways. It bounces at the 45, takes a Lion hop, and it is down at the 41-yard line. Coming in and stopping that one from going any farther was Cade Klingensmith for the Warriors. Lions will get a break on that one. They'll take over. Outstanding starting field position on this drive as they kick off the quarter with 10:42 to play. Lions will break the huddle, and they'll send Reese Vanderzee way to the outside there. Noah Terhark and Isaiah Johnson over there as well. Lone receiver on the bottom side is Andrew Austin. Back to pass. Lutmer looking down over the middle of the field, looks underneath. Austin makes the catch. Across the 50 at the 46-yard line. That ball was thrown out and a little bit low, but Austin goes down and makes the grab and hauls it in for a 9-yard pickup, setting up 2nd down and 1. Austin, the 4th different receiver here for Lutmer on the night. Lutmer spreading the ball around well. Twin receiver is right. Single man is Austin way to the bottom side here again. Johnson goes in motion from right to left. And Eben runs into him. Ball's on the ground, and the Lions jumping after it. I think Sergeant Bluff-Luton might have that one. Lions were going to do a swing pass out to Johnson on that one, and Eben came through and hit Lutmer. And the ball came free. It was fumbled and brought back to the 47-yard line. So now it'll be third down and about 9. Third down and long for the Lions as they break the huddle. A little miscommunication there. 5 wide, empty backfield for Lutmer. Back to pass. Now he's going to tuck. He's going to run. Lutmer right up the middle of the field. Breaks it to the outside. He's got open room. Cuts it back across the grain inside the 30-yard line down to the 29. And a big run for Zach Lutmer. Bails the Lions out here. 24 yards on the carry for Lutmer. First down and 10 for Central Lyon. George Litterock, ball at the 29-yard line. 3 wideouts to the right side, single man to the left. Eben and Lutmer in the backfield. Lutmer back to pass. Looks out in the flat, throws it up over the top and overshoots his intended receiver, Vanderzee. And that'll bring up second down and 10. 14-0, Lions lead, 8:44 to go here in the first half of play. Lions trying to cash in here. Were stopped on their last offensive possession, a missed field goal attempt from 34 yards away. Second down and 10, CLGLR, Twins left, single man Vanderzee to the right side on the top side of your screen. High snap, but handed off. Eben runs through the tackles. He'll carry it down inside the 20-yard line to the 18 is where they're going to give it to him. And that should be enough for a first down, and it is. 11-yard gain for Graham Eben. First and 10 for the Lions. Ball on the 18-yard line. 8:20 to play. Lions taking their time, very methodical on this offensive possession here. Now they've got the play in, and they will break the huddle. They'll send Twins to the left, single man right. Austin and Johnson to the left side. Vanderzee to the top side. Eben stands behind Lutmer. They'll hand off to Eben. He sidesteps the defenders. He'll come down trying to beat him to the corner. Can't do it. Taken down, but not before he reaches the 15 for a pickup of 3. Second down and 7 now for Central Lyon, George Litterock. Twins to the right side here. Single man way to the bottom side of the screen. That is Austin. Lutmer in the pistol formation. He will hand off once again. Eben gets through. He's inside the 5. He'll have enough for a first down to the 3-yard line. 12-yard pickup on the carry there for Eben. Once again, it'll be first down and goal. Just above the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter. Lions looking to make it a 3-touchdown lead. And they bring out the big package. The heavy package is in. Lutmer will come under center. Power I formation. Lutmer under center. You've got Terhark and Van Berkom, the up backs, Eben the deep back. He'll get the hand, and Eben will walk in for his second touchdown of the game. Another 3-yarder for Graham Eben, and the Lions are on top, 20-0. Lions with a 3-touchdown lead now here with just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Eben his second rushing touchdown of the ball game. Lions will bring on the kicking unit into the swinging gate formation. Matthew Deeren will go on to do the kicking duties once again. Matthew Deeren steps it off. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and that is good as well. 21-0. Central Lyon George Litterock on top. 6:49 to play in the first half. We'll take a break and be back with more Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
At Frontier Bank, we know you're busy with what really matters. That's why our Big Deal checking account was created to make banking work for you. While you're keeping up with life's daily transactions, your Big Deal checking account is earning you monthly rewards. Competitive rates, refunds on ATM fees, and more, with no minimum balance or monthly service fees required. And you can apply for a Big Deal account from anywhere in less than 10 minutes. Focus on what matters most. Bank with Frontier Bank. See a customer service representative for more information. Member FDIC.
Back in Sergeant Bluff, Joel Viss with you alongside me, Jason Heiser, running the production studio for you. He's got in charge of the scoreboard, the video, and all that. So once again, if anything goes goofy, it's all on Jordan. I called you Jordan. That's your dad. Jason. No, Joel is your dad. Joel Heiser. I should know that. I went to high school with him. Man, this is getting bad. I'm old. We're officially calling it. But we got Jason Heiser alongside me. If anything's screwed up, it's his fault. Even though I just screwed up his name. We're not counting that. It's not in the cards here tonight. But the Lions have a 21-0 lead. That's what we're going with. Deeren will give the ball a boot, a high end-over-end kick. And Buchholz will grab it on the 3-yard line, start working his way right side. He's upended there by Josh Elbert. Elbert got down low, hit him right in the thighs, and flipped him over. And that's the way you lower the boom, Josh Elbert. 6:41 to go here in the second quarter. Sergeant Bluff-Luton just one first down in the ball game here, looking to try and get some offense rolling. See if they can't put some points on the board here before the end of the half. Warriors will break the huddle. They'll send a single receiver off to each side. Scott Kroll, the quarterback. Noah Kay in the backfield with him. Back to pass. Kroll's going to heave it down the left side. Good tight man coverage going up, and the interception is made by Reese Vanderzee. Vanderzee high-pointed it, went in front, had great inside position, and goes up and makes the grab at the 47-yard line, or 48 is where they're going to say. And Vanderzee has his first pick of the season. Reese Vanderzee, the junior wide receiver cornerback there. As we said, Vanderzee just ran right with the receiver, had good inside position on him, watched the ball come in and just high points it to make the grab and ripped it away from the wideout in that jump ball situation. Lions back on offense here inside of Warrior territory. 1st and 10, Twins right, single man left, pistol formation. Lutmer calls it out. He's going to hand off right up the middle of the field. Ball carried down inside by Eben to the 45-yard line is where they'll say he's down for a 3-yard pickup. Second down and 7 now. Well, they'll give him 4. They're going to push him across. They're going to give him the 44-yard line on that one. So second down and 6. Trips right, single man to the left. Shotgun formation. Eben stands to Lutmer's right. Back to pass. Lutmer looking left side over the middle of the field. Has Reese Vanderzee. A nice catch over the middle on the slant route. Makes the catch at the 25. Carries it to the 23-yard line. Another 22 yards for Zach Lutmer through the air. First and 10, CLGLR back on the move. Lions making sure they got the blocking assignments here right as they come up. Twin receivers off to each side. Pistol formation. Eben stands behind Lutmer. Off to his left. They'll hand off to Eben, and he is blown up in the backfield. There was confusion there. The offensive linemen were confused, and it showed on that one as the Lions were blown up for the negative play. Knocked back to the 26. A loss of 3 for Graham Eben. Second down and 13 now for Central Lyon George Litterock. Ball at the Sergeant Bluff-Luton 26-yard line. Twins left, single man to the right, shotgun formation, even stands to the left of Lutmer. They'll fake the hand. Lutmer keeps, he's wrapped up immediately, and he's going to pick up some yards. Lineman trying to give him a little extra push, but not much, as they will give him maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, a pickup of 3 for Zach. Sergeant Bluff-Luton doing a nice job of playing some good sound defense against the run. 3rd down and roughly 10. 4:15 to play here in the first half. Lions trying to capitalize on the interception by Reese Vanderzee. Twin receivers each way. Man in motion now from right to left is Terhark. Rolling out right side, coming back left side. Lutmer now going to look. He's going to tuck. He's going to run. He's got all sorts of room, and he'll run in for the Lion touchdown. From 26 yards out, Zach Lutmer with a touchdown run. And with that, Zach breaks the 100-yard mark on the ground for the 2nd week in a row. Looked like a broken play out there. I think Zach wanted to throw that ball initially, but then there was so much good coverage downfield, nobody was paying attention to him, and he had wide open running room down the sidelines. And anytime you give Zach Lutmer that much room, he's going to burn you. Kicking team on once again. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and that is good as well. 3:57 to play in the first half. CLGLR 28, Sergeant Bluff-Luton 0. We'll be back with more Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network. Back at Sergeant Bluff, Joel Viss with you here. Jason Heiser next to me. I got it right that time. I'm with you. Jason's on the play-by-play. He's got the video. He's got the replays. He's seeing that little graphic come up. He's taking care of the scoreboard. He does all the fancy work. I just do the talking. That's the way we like to do it around here. Lions on top, 28-0. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Matthew Deeren on to kick once again here for the Lions. Matthew Deeren had a kind of a rough going in week number 1 from the extra point aspect. A perfect 4 for 4 here tonight. Did have a missed field goal of 34 yards, but that's nothing major. Deeren, ball teed up, gives it a boot again. Nice low angling kick. Buchholz bobbles it, but makes it at the 4-yard line. Now returning field, and he cuts it up there. Has a little bit of room, but brought down and inside the 20-yard line. That's what the Lions like to see. Bring him down at the 16. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton will start there with just under 4 minutes to play here in the half. 3:48 to go. Warriors need to get something going to try and get some points on the board. They had one big play early in the first quarter. It was negated by an illegal man downfield, but have not been able to get anything going since. Warriors will break the huddle here, 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. Twin receivers to each side, shotgun formation. Scott Kroll, the senior quarterback. Noah Kay, the tailback, to his left. Fake the hand there. Quarterback keeper, he's going to tuck. He's going to get slammed to the ground. He tucked, he was coming in, and he stepped right up into a Lion defender. Coming up and making the ball, or making the tackle, was Denikis. Knocks him down at the 14, a loss of 2 for Kroll. Clock on the move with 3:20 to play now in the first quarter. We'll see if the Lions can get a stop here if they decide to use some timeouts. Fake the hand, quarterback keep left side. Kroll's got a little bit of room, stood up there and knocked down. Defensive backs, I believe that's Isaiah Johnson coming up and making the hit. Tackle made there by the Lions once again, back to the 15, pickup of 1 for Krull. So they'll set up 3rd down and 11 now for the Warriors. Clock at 2:45 to go. Lions see if they can't get a stop here. They would most likely use a timeout to give themselves the ball back with some great field position. Sergeant Bluff-Luton taking every second off the clock that they can. The clock on the play clock now below 10. As they just start looking at the play, they're going to have to hurry this time. And a timeout will be called by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Well, they'll take their first timeout. We'll take one with them. And we'll be back with more Lion football on the Central Lion Broadcast Network.
When the world changes, you change with it. By embracing new rhythms, redefining connection, and taking less for granted, you push through the uncertainty. And at every point along the way, we stand with you. Because even when your world looks different, our commitment to your care stays the same. Sanford Health. Health lives here.
After a long day, deciding on dinner can be tough. But a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here.
End your day the right way with pizza and chicken from the carryout and delivery experts at your local pizza ranch.
Back in Sergeant Bluff here on 3rd and 11. Quarterback under pressure there, throws it out over there and incomplete. And short hops the receiver. Was deep enough for the first down, but could not bring it in. Intended receiver for the Warriors that time was Jake Hamilton. So an incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Clock will stop on that incompletion, and it'll bring on the punting team. 2:03 to play, and the Lions are going to get this ball back with some outstanding field position. Punt team on, and the punter stands at his own 1-yard line. We'll see if the Lions try and bring some heat on this one. Lions will fall back into a return. High spiraling kick. It is short. Bounces at the 45, but takes a Sergeant Bluff-Luton roll and crawls across the 50 and will be down at the Lion 40-yard line. And the Lions will take over from there with 1:49 to go here. We'll see if they can't tack one on again and try and get this to running time as we start the second half. 28-0, Lions on top. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 touchdowns so far in quarter number 2. Just under 2 minutes to play in the half. Lions 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Trying to cash in one more time. Josh Elbert now in at the tailback position. He stands to Lutmer's left side. Twin receivers to each side. Elbert goes in motion, drop back to pass. Lutmer takes off, he runs, he's got room. Down the left side, he'll outrun him. Nobody will catch him. Zach Lutmer to the house, 60 yards for the Lion touchdown. That was beautifully set up. Sergeant Bluff-Luton had been playing the tailback and shutting down our quarterback run. They put Elbert in motion, the linebacker shifted, and the seam opened, and Lutmer was gone. Zach Lutmer, one play, 60 yards to the house, and the Lions are on top, 34-0, and Matthew Deeren will try and boot the extra point through, and we'll be at a running time portion again for the second week in a row in the first half of play. Lions get set up in the kicking formation. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:37 to play in the first half, 35-0. Lions on top of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. We'll be back with more Lion football on the Central Lion Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Back in Sergeant Bluff, Iowa, Central Lyon George Litterock leading the Warriors of Sergeant Bluff-Luton 35-0. A squib kick this time by Matthew Deeren will roll through the end zone for the touchback. And the Lions will kick the ball through the end zone, and we'll bring the ball back out to the 20-yard line with 1:37 to go here in the first half. Lions lead 35-0. And we'll be in running time formation throughout the rest of the game unless Sergeant Bluff-Luton can get back on the board. Scott Kroll, the senior quarterback, coming back onto the field here. He'll go into the shotgun formation. Noah Kay stands behind him, now steps up to his right. Twin receivers to each side. 1st and 10 from the 20. Quick pass to the outside, has his man. I do believe that's Dixon. Dixon is going to be wrapped up and brought down. That is not Dixon, that's Carter Eldridge. Carter Eldridge takes the ball out to the 22-yard, well, not even. Man, they're going to actually say he didn't get out past the line of scrimmage, so he was dropped for a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, clock on the move here, trying to get to the half. Shotgun formation again for Kroll, brings a man in motion. They fake the hand there, handoff up the middle. Noah Kay has positive yards across the 20 to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 3. Clock running here as it drops to 40 seconds to play in the first half. Sergeant Bluff-Luton just looking to get out of here and try and regroup in the locker room as the Lions have been all over them from the get-go. 35-0, CLGLR with the lead here in the first half. Shotgun quarterback keeper in pursuit, tripped up in the sack by Denicus. Ball hits the ground, and they'll say he threw it. And did have a receiver in the vicinity, so they are going to say incomplete pass, but we are in the running time portion. So the officials are calling for the clock to run, and that should do it here on 4th down. Clock will run out on the first half of play, and it's been a great first half once again. Central Lyon George Litterock will head to the locker room with a 35-0 lead over Sergeant Bluff-Luton. We'll take a break and come back with our halftime report. You're watching Central Lyon George Litterock Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin & Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
After a long day, deciding on dinner can be tough, but a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here!
End your day the right way with pizza and chicken from the carryout and delivery experts at your local Pizza Ranch.
At Frontier Bank, we know you're busy with what really matters. That's why our Big Deal checking account was created to make banking work for you. While you're keeping up with life's daily transactions, your Big Deal checking account is earning you monthly rewards. Competitive rates, refunds on ATM fees, and more, with no minimum balance or monthly service fees required. And you can apply for a Big Deal account from anywhere in less than 10 minutes. Focus on what matters most. Bank with Frontier Bank. See a customer service representative for more information. Member FDIC.
When the world changes, you change with it. By embracing new rhythms, redefining connection, and taking less for granted, you push through the uncertainty. And at every point along the way, we stand with you. Because even when your world looks different, our commitment to your care stays the same. Sanford Health. Health lives here.
At Frontier Bank, we know you're busy with what really matters. That's why our Big Deal checking account was created to make banking work for you. While you're keeping up with life's daily transactions, your Big Deal checking account is earning you monthly rewards. Competitive rates, refunds on ATM fees, and more, with no minimum balance or monthly service fees required. And you can apply for a Big Deal account from anywhere in less than 10 minutes. Focus on what matters most. Bank with Frontier Bank. See a customer service representative for more information. Member FDIC.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility. Hello healthy. Hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
And we welcome you back here at the half, live from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. The Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions with a dominating first half as they lead the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors by a score of 35-0. Here at the halftime, we just witnessed a dance team production by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Now the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warrior Band out on the field to provide us with some halftime entertainment. For those of you at home, we thank you for coming in, and a big thank you to the fine sponsors for making this broadcast possible for you guys to be able to watch, and they include the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, DeNoble Austin and Company PC, Sanford Health, Premier Bank, Pizza Ranch of Rock Rapids, Frontier Bank, and the Avera Medical Group, making our coverage possible here on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Upcoming events here on our network is next Friday night we'll be back at home at Dicknall Field to take on West Sioux in non-district play, as the Lions looking good here in week 2, looking to keep that record alive going into week number 3. Then Thursday, September 15th, we'll have volleyball action against MOC Floyd Valley. And September the 16th, the Beef Bowl versus West Lyon, live from Dicknall Field as well. A couple reminders for Central Lyon. No school on Monday for Labor Day. And Tuesday coming up will be the first day of preschool at Central Lyon. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's pretty easy. Just click up there in the top right side. You'll see that subscribe button. What that allows you to do is we will make you notified and let you know when we post videos or do a live broadcast on our channel throughout the upcoming school year. We also invite you to follow Central Lyon on Facebook and on Twitter to keep up on all the latest news happening around the school. Well, for the Lions, as we said, next week you will take on West Sioux in football action, non-district action once again in week number 3. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will be back here at home to take on Harlan. But the Lions and the Warriors need to get through one more half of play here, and so far looking good for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions got things going right away. The defense set up the offense. Graham Eben got an interception and set up a short field for CLGLR. They marched it down, and Eben punched it in with 10:48 to go in the first quarter on a 3-yard run, and the Matthew Deeren kick made it 7-0. 6 minutes later, a Noah Terhark 40-yard touchdown catch over the top there from Zach Lutmer made it 14-0 after the kick, and the Lions would take that 2-touchdown lead into the second quarter of play. Into the second quarter, it was Graham even once again with 6:49 to go in that second quarter. Another 3-yard touchdown, making it 21-0 after the kick. And then it was time for Zach Lutmer to get his name into the record books, get him moving around. He picked up a 26-yard touchdown run with just under 4 minutes to play in the half, making it 28-0. And then with 1:37 to go after a punt, he took off in a one-play drive, a 60-yard touchdown run, and the extra point made it 35-0 here at the half. We'll be at running time, and this second half should go relatively quickly. If Sergeant Bluff-Luton can score and get back underneath the 35, we'll go back into regular timing. And we expect the starters for the Lions to come out, and they'll receive the ball to start the second half. The Lion offensive first-teamers will get one crack at it. Then they will be done. The defensive first-teamers will get one drive as well. And they will be done, and we'll bring on the substitutions and start getting some of the younger kids in the game as well. For Sergeant Bluff-Luton, it's been a tough go of it for them. Just one first down in the first half, and largely in part of that stingy, nasty defense that the Lions are playing out there right now. And what a great game plan once again by Coach Lupkus and Coach Keith Van Beek, the co-defensive coordinators, putting the defense out there, setting up the offense with some great starting field position. 35-0 the lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll go to the Lions Den for the first time of the season. We meet with senior captain offensive lineman and Jack Van Wy. Old Captain Jack Sparrow will be with us, joining us inside the Lions Den when we return to Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
At Frontier Bank, we know you're busy with what really matters. That's why our Big Deal checking account was created to make banking work for you. While you're keeping up with life's daily transactions, your Big Deal checking account is earning you monthly rewards. Competitive rates, refunds on ATM fees, and more, with no minimum balance or monthly service fees required. And you can apply for a Big Deal account from anywhere in less than 10 minutes. Focus on what matters most. Bank with Frontier Bank. See a customer service representative for more information. Member FDIC.
After a long day, deciding on dinner can be tough, but a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here!
End your day the right way with pizza and chicken from the carryout and delivery experts at your local pizza ranch.
Welcome to the Lions Den, where we get to know our student athletes a little more in depth. Today I'm joined by Jack Van Wy. Thanks for joining me, Jack.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Jack, let's start in the classroom. We are obviously early in the school year, but what's a normal day like for you this semester?
Well, be honest, a normal day is pretty easy for me. Start off the day with some study. I'll hopefully open campus in a couple weeks here. Then I go to personal finance, basic writing, and then I'm on foods one, something different I'm just trying. So
always good to learn how to cook a little bit.
Yeah. And then I'm off to lifting, current events, and finish off the day with building trades, so it's pretty easy.
Well, building trades, still got to go down and build that house yet, right?
Yeah,
Finish it off.
Yep.
So now, obviously, you're a senior here at Central Lyon and on the football team. Tell our viewers a little bit about our team this year.
So our team is, I feel like it's a lot tighter than last year, and we really bring a lot of focus to practice, and it's a fun group to be around. So
That's good. Besides football, what else are you involved in here at school?
Just football, wrestling, chess club, which is not chess club, but chest club. So that's just something we like to do, I guess.
Do we have chess club now? We do have a new librarian or person in the library. Do they have chess club?
I have no idea.
Don't know
I do
anymore?
not know how to play chess.
All right. What are some of the team goals for the football team this year?
So obviously we want to win a state championship, and I think along with that we want to be undefeated. And to do that we got to bring a lot of focus to practice, but I think it's very doable.
What about yourself? Do you have any individual goals for yourself this year?
I want to go all state, and I want to be remembered as a good leader. So,
all right, good goals, good goals. Obviously, you've been around the program for a while. You have younger brothers coming up through the program. What advice do you have for some of those younger players?
I think it's super important to not take your off season lightly. Really focus up during practice and listen to what coaches have to say, and then if you do that, you'll learn a lot.
All right, that's what I like to hear as a coach.
That's good.
Now I know your plans for next year, but for the people out in the audience listening, what are your plans for next year?
So I'm going to go play football at the University of South Dakota in Vermilion, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good, fun, exciting time.
Of course.
Now, as a senior here at Central Lyon and part of the CLGLR football program for a long time, what's a favorite memory or the best thing about being part of this team?
I think my favorite memories are some of the seniors, my freshman, sophomore years. So the Winkles, the Reebies, Jarrett and Kalen Meyer, and the unwavering confidence that they showed every day, and I really want to be like that.
Yep, they definitely had confidence, and they weren't afraid to let people know they had confidence.
That's for sure.
So, well, Jack, I want to thank you for joining us today, and now back to Joel after a word from our sponsors.
Thank you.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Back at Sergeant Bluff-Luton here, getting ready for the start of half number 2. Central Lyon George Litterock, a dominating first half, a 35-0 lead. Lions won the toss to start the game. They elected to defer. They started on the defense, so they will start on the offense here of the second half. The first teamers will get their one possession, and then they will be done. The first teamers will get one possession on defense as well. And then the substitutions will start rolling in here as we move on in a very fast-moving second half with that 35-0 lead. It'll be a continuous clock. Clock only stops for touchdowns and timeouts and injuries as well. Lions with that big lead at the half, largely in part of their defense. The defense doing an excellent job out there in limiting Sergeant Bluff-Luton right now to just 23 total yards in the first half. Only one first down given up by the defense so far in that first half of play. On the offensive side of the ball, efficient as always again. Zach Lutmer leading the way. He's got 10 carries, 169 yards, and 2 touchdowns to his credit. Graham Eben has 12 carries, 42 yards, and he's got a couple touchdowns in his pocket. On the passing side of the ball, Lutmer doing a pretty good job out there as well. He is 6 of 9 passing here tonight, 132 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown going to Noah Terhark on his only catch. Andrew Austin has a catch. Isaiah Johnson, Graham Eben each has a catch. And Reese Vanderzee has a couple catches as well. Vanderzee and Eben both have interceptions to their credit to go with their receptions on the offensive side of the ball. So the Lions getting it done on all aspects of the game here. Matthew Deeren, a perfect 5 for 5 from the extra point line, but did come up just short on a 34-yard field goal attempt in the middle of the first half out there. Other than that, the Lions have played extremely well. We've had a few miscues. We've made a few mistakes out there, which is absolutely fantastic when we can have a game where we lead 35-0, but yet we have some points out there that we can make some changes, we can fix some things, and we got some stuff that we can work on. 35-0 here as we are getting ready to go here. Both teams have come out onto the field here. We're working with our cameraman once again. My camera crew guys doing their best out here working away. You see we got a frozen screen on there for you. We'll see what we can't do about getting that reset and ready to go here for the second half. Lions will come out here in the kick return formation as we get things started. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton a little bit odd here on their kickoff. They are setting the ball on the left hash mark, so not in the middle of the field. They're teeing the ball up on the hash mark here on the near side of the field for us and trying to limit the field and cut things off for us. Lions getting ready here to get the ball here. Going on to do the kicking duties for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Number 19 is the kicker for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. That would be Scout Sneller, a 6'2" senior. And he gives the ball a boot. And kicks it through the end zone for the touchback. Lions will take over first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. CLGLR making the first run to the outside here. Lions take off. Isaiah Johnson with the first run for the CLGLR Lions. As we're working on our camera stuff again, still trying to get things figured out with our end zone camera, having some connection issues there, and makes us have to restart things on our end as well. Lions will set up second down and 6 here after the 4-yard run for Isaiah Johnson. Lions once again will hand off right up the middle of the field. Wrapped up immediately is Graham Eben as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Gain of about 2 for Eben on the carry. He'll set up third down and about 4 now. Third down and 4. Lions with the ball here. The opening possession of the second half, a 35-0 lead. Zach Lutmer back to pass this time. Looks right now. He'll tuck and run left side. He's wrapped up. Now he breaks free. Still looking downfield. Wide open. Reese Vanderzee, the catch at the 50. No one's going to catch him. Reese Vanderzee will go in for the Lion touchdown. Zach Lutmer made the play alive. Kept it going. Stays on his feet and finds Vanderzee over the top for the Lion touchdown. 73 yards through the air for Zach Lutmer. His second touchdown of the night through the air. He's got 2 on the ground to go with it. And Reese Vanderzee grabs his second reception. He's over 100 yards now on the night for receiving. Lions on the board here just 2 minutes into this second half to extend their lead to 41-0. Matthew Deeren on to do the kicking duties here to try and make this a 42-0 lead. And so far, everything going right. Snap a little high. Lutmer grabs it, gets it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 42-0. Central Lyon George Litterock on top of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. We'll take a break and be back with more Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello, possibility. Hello healthy. Hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
At Frontier Bank, we know you're busy with what really matters. That's why our Big Deal checking account was created to make banking work for you. While you're keeping up with life's daily transactions, your Big Deal checking account is earning you monthly rewards. Competitive rates, refunds on ATM fees, and more, with no minimum balance or monthly service fees required. And you can apply for a Big Deal account from anywhere in less than 10 minutes. Focus on what matters most. Bank with Frontier Bank. See a customer service.
Back in Sergeant Bluff, Matthew Deeren, a short kickoff this time, bounces at the 15, picked up by Buckholz. Buckholz breaking to the right sidelines there, carries and knocked out of bounds right at about the 30-yard line. We'll see if they give him the 30, and it looks like they will. 42-0, Central Lyon George Litterock on top here of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Early in the third quarter, the latest touchdown, a 73-yard reception. Reese Vanderzee catching from Zach Lutmer. Lions back on the defensive side. First teamer is in yet. This will be their lone possession. Back to pass. Over the right side, too high for the intended receiver there. Scott Krall cannot make the throw. Intended receiver over there for him was Jake Hamilton. As I said, sorry about the technical difficulties with the camera. Having some issues with connections from camera to visitors' press box. Second down and 10. Back to pass again, Scott Krall. He's under pressure. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's wrapped up and knocked down. Denikis gets a hold of him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll go for no gain. So it'll be third down and 10 now. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 8:30 to play in the third quarter. Clock on the move with a 42-0 lead. Sergeant Bluff-Luton still looking for a first down here. They only have one in the ballgame. Krall rolling out left side, looking to pass out in the flat, and has his man. The catch is made at the 42-yard line. Catch made by Carter Eldridge. 12-yard reception there for Eldridge will give a first down to Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and they will move the chains. First and 10, Warriors at their own 42-yard line. Trips right, single man to the left. Handoff right up the middle. Noah Kay, he's got some good yardage there across the 45. But I do believe the ball came out. Officials come in immediately and say that he was down at the 46. So a 4-yard pickup for Noah Kay on the run. Second down and 6 coming for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Second down and a long 5, short 6. Trips right, single man left. Krall in the shotgun formation. He'll hand off Buckholz over the right side. He'll cut it up the field, sidesteps the first defender, carries it out to about the 50 for about a 3-yard pickup. And it'll be third down and about 3. Aiden Buckholz, his second carry of the night. Third down and short for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A fast-moving second half here with the spread as it is. Twin receivers to each side. Handoff inside goes to Buckholz. He's got the first down. Wide open on the draw play as he goes into Lion territory down to the 44-yard line. Picks up 7 yards on the carry and another chain mover. So back-to-back first downs here in the second half. Sergeant Bluff-Luton starting to put together a drive. Quarterback keeper this time. Krall over the left side. He's got good gain inside the 40-yard line down to the 38-yard line. 6-yard pickup there for Scott Krall on the quarterback keeper. Second down and 4. You know the Lions don't want to give up the goose egg That is a point of pride for the defensive unit if they can keep a 0 on the board. Lyon first teamers still in the ball game here. Twin receivers to each side. Man now in motion from left to right. They hand off up the middle. It goes to K. Noah K carries it down to the 40 or the 34 yard or 36. Carry to the 36-yard line of pickup of 3. 3rd down and 1 for the Warriors. Warriors starting to move the ball here, making some good adjustments at the half. Fake the hand, quick pass, bubble screen over the right side, sidestepping a defender, but taking a lick. He does have the first down, but Scott Dixon took a shot inside the 35 at the 34, and he is still down on the ground. He did a good job. He made the catch and picked up the first down, but then took a lick, and he is down on the ground right now. Trainer's out there working with him. Player down here on the field, it's Scott Dixon. And Dixon looks like he is getting some help off the field. He's up and walking under his own power as he walks back. Good to see. Anytime we can get a guy walking back under his own power, we really do like that. As Scott Dixon picked up the first down and was knocked down to the ground. It'll be 1st down and 10. Sergeant Bluff-Luton here with 4:53 to go in this 3rd quarter. 42-0, Lions on top. Ball at the 32-yard line of Central Lyon, George Litterock. Trips right, single man left, back to pass. Scott Kroll, he's fading back, now rolling out left side. He's going to tuck, now he just throws it away as the pressure was coming. Gabe Schulte and Gable Van Beek coming up there and forcing him to throw it away. Great coverage downfield as he had nobody open to throw it to. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. This is the best drive they've had of the ball game, making some good adjustments during halftime, able to take the ball down the field into Lyon territory for the first time of the night. Twin receivers off to each side, shotgun formation. Kroll rolling out right side, looking down the field. He'll throw off to the side and overshoots his intended receiver on the coverage there, Josh Albert. Ball way too high, uncatchable for anybody. Falls incomplete, and will set up 3rd down and 10 now for the Warriors. Obviously, Sergeant Bluff-Luton most likely going to go for it on 4th down if they need to. Inside of Lyon territory, down 42-0. You got nothing to lose here. So the Warriors will break the huddle. Twin receivers to each side. Shotgun formation for Kroll. Kroll, quick bubble screen over the right side. First line defender misses, but then wrapped up and brought down by Caden Van Berkom at the 26-yard line. Pickup of about 5, maybe 6 yards. Looks like they'll give him 5 on the reception. That'll set up 4th down and 6. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton is going to call their first timeout of the half. We'll take one with them. 3:07 to play in the 3rd quarter, 42-0. Lions on top. You're listening to Lion Football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin & Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
When the world changes, you change with it. By embracing new rhythms, redefining connection, and taking less for granted, you push through the uncertainty. And at every point along the way, we stand with you. Because even when your world looks different, our commitment to your care stays the same.
Back at Sergeant Bluff, 4th down and 6 for the Warriors. They'll go for it, fake the hand, quick slant, and has his man for the first down. Catch inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Great little play there. And another man down for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. This is Jacob Hoffman. He made the catch and went down at the 15-yard line, 12 yards, but he is up and hobbling off the field. And this might be where that cramping situation starts to come into play. Hoffman able to hop himself off the field. Clock still moving here. 1st down and 10 for the Warriors. Ball spotted at the Lyon 13-yard line. 2:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. Warriors threatening to score for the first time in the game. And everybody moved before the ball was hiked there. I think that was on the center. Sometimes you blame it on some of the other offensive linemen. That time, all 10 guys went except for the ball. And so a false start against Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and that's a killer. They've had such a great drive going here in this 3rd quarter, and now those little penalties, they can take the momentum right away from you. 1st and 15, ball now back at the 18-yard line. Shotgun formation, rolling out right side, looking to pass his Crawl. He's under pressure. Denicus is chasing him. Can't get the hand on him. He reverses. Another good block picked up. Thiedens can't get to him. Now he's in the paws of the Lions, and they'll bring him down. Quarterback does get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. A lot of time taken off the field. Lions had a couple shots at him. Denicus was the first one. Chase Thiedens also in there, and finally the Lions able to get to him. Schulte and Van Beek. 2nd down and 15 now for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Ball still at the 18-yard line. Warriors taking their time on this one. Play clock dips below 10 seconds here. Shotgun formation. Twin receivers to each side. Crawl back to pass, looking right side. Here comes the pressure, quarterback blitz, and Lutmer just about got there. A safety blitz. Lutmer came untouched, and Crawl just heaved it into the crowd. Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 15 now. Clock dips under a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. 42-0. Central Lyon, George Litterock, a big lead here in this one. Sergeant Bluff-Luton threatening to score. Definitely in 4-down territory once again as they have it 3rd and 15 on the Lyon 18-yard line. Trip receivers to the left side. Single man goes to the right side. Shotgun formation. Buckholz stands in the backfield there with Crawl. Back to pass. Screen pass underneath. Overshoots him and just about intercepted. 2 guys came after that one. Vanderzee tipped it. Van Beek was there as well. And the Lions just about had a big one. Nonetheless, an incomplete pass will set up 4th down and 15. Lion defense read the play extremely well, not fooled. And that should do it here for the 3rd quarter. Clock will run out after 3 quarters of play. Lions on top 42-0. We'll come back with the final quarter when we return to Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
After a long day, deciding on dinner can be tough, but a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here.
End your day the right way with pizza and chicken from the carryout and delivery experts at your local Pizza Ranch.
When the world changes, you change with it. By embracing new rhythms, redefining connection, and taking less for granted, you push through the uncertainty. And at every point along the way, we stand with you. Because even when your world looks different, our commitment to your care stays the same.
Back at Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 4th down and 15. Ball on the 18-yard line, back to pass. Warriors heave one into the end zone. Jump ball, and it's picked off at the 1-yard line. Josh Elbert makes the interception, and he probably would have been better off knocking that one to the turf. But first down first down for the Lions. Josh Elbert, his first interception of his career. How do you tell a guy not to make that catch when you got a chance to make the interception? Lions will take over, first down on their own 1-yard line, and the first teamers will come out here. I guess the Lions don't want to worry about a safety here, so they will bring the first teamers out, try and get it out of the shadows of the end zone. Clock on the move here in the fourth quarter. Lions on top, 42-0. Lions will come out in the heavy package. Power I formation to the right side, or to the left side. Terhark and Van Berkom, the up backs. Deep back is Eben. They'll hand off to Eben, right side. He breaks through the first set. He gets it out to about the 3-yard line. Gives them a little breathing room. Pickup of 2. Second down and 8 coming now for the Lions. Ball at the 3-yard line. Lions just trying to get it out of the shadows of the end zone here, as Josh Elbert made the interception. The third interception of the night for Scott Krull. Vanderzee, Eben, and now Josh Elbert with a pick. Big package in again. We'll hand off. Second man through. That is Eben. He'll carry out ahead across the 5 now to the 6-yard line. Pickup of 4. Graham having to carry the load here tonight. That is his 15th carry of the night. Third down and about 6 to go here, maybe 5. We'll see. They put the ball between the yard lines, so that makes it kind of tough to call what you're looking for. Clock on the move here, 9:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Lions in the heavy package once again. Power I formation off to the left side. Lutmer up under center. They'll call it out. Second man through again is Eben. He is wrapped up as he gets out to the 8. Another 2 tough yards. That'll bring up fourth down. And the punting team will come on for the Lions. So a defensive stand for Sergeant Bluff-Luton there. Lions will be forced to punt out of their own end zone. And this should give Sergeant Bluff-Luton some good starting field position once they get the ball back. Van Berkom on to do the kicking duties. Caden had 1 punt last week, and we'll see what he can do on this one. So he stands in the middle of the end zone. Low snap, but he gets it. A booming kick. Oh, man, he just kicked it over top their heads. Takes a bounce. It's rolling. It's inside the 30, down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. What a punt that one was. Wow, what a kick for Caden Van Berkom. You want to talk about a net punting average. Oh, my goodness. A 70-yard punt for Caden Van Berkom. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton thought they had something there. They pinned the Lions inside their own 10, but Van Berkom boots it out of the end zone and sticks them inside at the 22-yard line. Timeout will be called as late personnel issues coming on. And the Lions will call timeout to get things set up here. We'll take one with them. 8:29 to play in the fourth quarter, 42-0. Lions on top. We'll be back. More Lion football on the Central Lion Broadcast Network.
DeNoble Austin & Company PC, Certified Public Accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin & Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
After a long day, deciding on dinner can be tough, but a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here.
End your day the right way with pizza and chicken from the carryout and delivery expert.
Back in Sergeant Bluff, Joel Viss with you here on the Lyon Broadcast Network. 1st and 10. Sergeant Bluff-Luton hands it off right up the middle of the field. Good running room as the Warriors carry it out with Buckholz out to the 29-yard line. Pickup of 7 on 1st down. We'll set up a 2nd down and 3. Lions second teamers in the game now on the defensive side of the ball. Clock on the move with 8 minutes to play in the game. Once again, sorry about the video going away at the half, but most of the scoring was done in the first half. Lions a 35-0 lead at the half. Scored 1 in the third quarter, and now we sit in the fourth quarter. A 42-0 lead for the Lions. Buckholz with another carry this time around. Carries it out to the 34-yard line. Pickup of 5 and the 1st down. So Sergeant Bluff-Luton, a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Lions second teamers in the ball game. Sergeant Bluff-Luton out there on the field, bringing in the new quarterback, Braden Kerr, the sophomore quarterback now for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Rolling out left side, he'll throw out in the flat. Ball was tipped by the defensive end for the Lions. Looks like on getting up there and getting his paws on it was Zakai Ditsworth. Ditsworth in there, also up there on the defensive line here is Charlie Hamilton for the Lions. You got Ethan Hofer to also, let's see here, who else? We kind of got to try and get them all in here. We got to find out who's all on the field. Nate Aaron's up there at the D-tackle spot. Cornerback here on the near side for us is Landon Thiessen. Also in there at a linebacker spot, Ethan Peterson. 2nd down and 10. They'll fake the hand, quick bubble screen, and overshooting the wide receiver. Heavy pressure in the backfield on Braden Kerr, and he just has to get it away. Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down and 10. Lions defense trying to keep the goose egg on the board with 6 minutes to play. Simon Konitschke in at a middle linebacker spot. Also on the field at a linebacker spot is Carson Vandentop. Safeties out there are Weston Freaking in the backfield. As a handoff over the left side to Buckholz. Buckholz carries it out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. I'll give him the 37. Pickup of about 3 on the carry. 4th down coming for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They're just going to boot this one away. And the Lions will set the return team back. Going back to do the return duties are the couple of safeties here. Tyler Grieve. He will go back there with Weston. Weston Freaking and Tyler Grieve in there. They stand at their own 25-yard line, ready to receive the kick. High snap over the punter's head. He's going after it. Will he fall on it, trying to pick it up? Now he's going to just get swallowed up inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Lions will take over with 5 minutes to play. 1st down and 10 at the 14-yard line, and the Lions second teamers will come in. Simon Konitschke will come in, and he will run the offense here for the Lions as he comes in. Once again, Weston Freaking coming back in there. 5'10", 148-pound sophomore. Lane Kruger, we saw him at tailback last week, suffered a small injury during the JV game earlier this week, and that is why Weston is filling in. 1st and 10, hard count, and the flags will fly. I do believe we might get an offsides penalty against Sergeant Bluff-Luton, as the officials will come over here and make sure the offensive line did not draw them off. And they are going to say the offense did do it, so a false start will push the Lions back an extra 5 yards. Caden Zeck now checking into the ball game here for Central Lyon George Litterock. Wide receivers out there. Tyler Grieve is here on the bottom side, on the near side. Up on the top side of the screen, Landon Thiessen. Twins right, single man to the left. 1st down and 15 now for the Lions. And the flags will fly again. And the Lions struggling here with the second teamers. But this time the Lions get the hard count, and they'll get the 5 yards right back. Encroachment. So back to 1st down and 10. Good snap this time. Handoff right up the middle of the field. Ball carried down inside to the 13-yard line. Weston Freaking with a 2-yard carry that time. Set up 2nd down and 8 now for the Lions. Zach will come out of the game here as he will come to the sideline. Shotgun formation once again. Twins left. Single man to the top side. In there at a wingback setback spot is Tommy Den Hartog. Handoff to Freaking over the right side. He runs into the offensive lineman at the 11-yard line, where he is taken down for another tough couple. Set up 3rd down now for CLGLR. Clock on the move with 4 minutes to play in the ball game. 42-0 lead. Central Lyon George Litterock leading here. Second teamers trying to capitalize on a bad snap over the punter's head for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. And outstanding field position. Can they punch one in here? They got one last week. We'll see if they can do it again. Shotgun formation, twin receivers to each side. Freaking goes in motion, and that draws the defense off. And an offsides penalty against the Warriors. Free 5 yards for the Lions. That'll make this 3rd down a little bit easier, as it'll be 3rd down and 3. And we will march the ball inside the 10-yard line. Ball now at the 7. Snap to Simon. Simon powers the ball ahead. He is stood up, though, right at the 7-yard line. We'll see if they gave him a yard of forward progress. Not much if he did. And Simon will be stood up for no gain. So it'll be 4th down for Central Lyon George Litterock. 4th down and 3. Ball at the 7-yard line. Can the Lion offensive linemen get the push they need here? Twins right, single man to the left. Konitschke in the pistol formation. Weston stands along his right side. They will hand off to Weston, and he is blown up in the backfield. Back at the 9-yard line. Loss of 2, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So the Lions will give it back to Sergeant Bluff-Luton here with 2:48 to play in the ball game. 42-0. Lions looking to cap off this final 2.5 minutes and keep the goose egg on the board and move on to week number 3. Lions will be going back home to Dicknall Field. They'll be 2-0 on the season, ready to welcome in West Sioux and see what the Falcons can do. Late coming onto the field here for the Lion defense is number 30, Charlie Hamilton. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, big run up the middle of the field. Lions struggling to bring him down. And finally bringing the quarterback down at the 25-yard line after a big pickup. 1st down. 13-yard run there for the quarterback for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Sets up 1st down and 10. Man in motion here once again. They'll hand off to the motion man on the jet sweep over the left side. Lions read it very well. wrap him up after just a gain of 2 on the ball carry that time. There for the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors is Cade Klingensmith. 2nd down and 8 now. CLGLR just looking to hang on here. 1:45 to go in the ball game. Lions second teamers, the expectations don't get any easier. They expect to be played at the highest level. Sergeant Bluff-Luton hands off right up the middle of the field on the draw play, carrying it out across the 30-yard line to about the 32, pickup of about 5. One more time. Aiden Buchholz on that. Be 3rd down at about 2 now for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 1:10 to play in the game. Lions could use a big stop here, force a 4th down, and they'll be able to milk the rest of the clock out. Shotgun formation, trips to the right side, single man to the left. Back to pass, quick pass over the left side, has his man, it is caught, breaks the first tackle, breaks another one out across the 42 to the 43-yard line. And a pickup of 10 on 3rd down. 1st down and 10 now for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Ball at the 42-yard line. 35 seconds to go. Warriors hurry up on the ball. Shotgun formation, sophomore quarterback in the game here. The quick pass over the left side has his man caught and brought down immediately by the Lions. Pickup of about 4 with the tackle made by Josh Jagger. 2nd down and 5 now. Shotgun formation here, clock winding down, back to pass again, deep pass down the right side, jump ball situation, ball is caught but out of bounds as time expires, and that'll do it for here tonight. 42-0, Central Lyon George Litterock victorious over Sergeant Bluff-Luton. We'll take a break and we'll come back and wrap things up live from Sergeant Bluff. You're listening to Lion Football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
When the world changes, you change with it. By embracing new rhythms, redefining connection, and taking less for granted, you push through the uncertainty. And at every point along the way, we stand with you. Because even when your world looks different, our commitment to your care stays the same. Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Back in Sergeant Bluff, Joel Viss with you here on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network, wrapping up another fantastic game for Central Lyon George Litterock as they improved to 2-0 on the season, a 42-0 win over Sergeant Bluff-Luton. The Warriors drop to 0-2 on the season. The Warriors will welcome in Harlan, and the Cyclones will come to town next Friday night for the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. For the Lions, they will be back at home at Dicknall Field to take on West Sioux. And we'll see what the Falcons can do, as they might have some revenge on their mind, as the Lions have been able to take it to them the last couple seasons down in Hayward. And now the Falcons will come to Dicknall Field and be ready to take on this excellent Lions football squad. They do it all. Defense, offense, and special teams. They've got it, and they've got things figured out here tonight. They put up big numbers, 14 points in the first half. Graham even got his start, an interception leading to a 3-yard touchdown run. Then a 40-yard touchdown reception by Noah Terhark made it 14-0 after quarter one. 3 touchdowns coming in quarter number 2. Another even 3-yarder. A Zach Lutmer scored on a pair of touchdowns, a 26-yarder and a 60-yarder to make it 35-0 at the half. We were into the running time. The Lion offense got one good drive to start the second half, and on a broken play where Zach Lutmer broke a couple tackles, kept the play alive, looked downfield, and finds Reese Vanderzee wide open for a 73-yard touchdown, and 42-0 is the final score for the Lions as they improve to 2-0 on the season. Another good game in the stat book as well. 31 total carries for 268 yards on the ground for the Lions. Zach Lutmer efficient and the passing game as well. 7 of 9 throwing for 205 yards. Lutmer accounting for 4 touchdowns once again for the second week in a row. Even had a couple touchdowns. Reese Vanderzee with the reception, and Noah Terhark making his second touchdown reception of the season as well. 3 interceptions for the Lion defense. Graham Eben had one, Reese Vanderzee got one, and so did Josh Elbert, all getting an interception here tonight. So the Lions once again looking good in dominating fashion as they will head into week number 3 coming up next Friday night. We'll have coverage of that game for you live from Dicknall Field right here on the Lion Broadcast Network. We once again remind you that coming up next week, no school on Monday for Labor Day, and preschool starts on Tuesday. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will make sure that we keep you up to date on when we do our live broadcast or post videos, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter for all the latest news coming from Central Lyon. Big thank you to all of our sponsors, the Avera Medical Group, Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch of Rock Rapids, Premier Bank, Sanford Health, DeNoble Austin and Company PC, and Pepsi Cola Bottling for bringing you tonight's broadcast here on the Broadcast Network. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight. Big thank you to Mr. Heiser off to my left. He was the man on the screen. He had the pop-ups, the replays, all the good stuff here for you, and he took care of that. My name's Joel Viss. Glad to have you along. We look forward to seeing you next Friday night back at Dicknall Field. Lions victorious, going to 2-0 with a 42-0 win over Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Have a great night, everybody.